So, I'm going to write out some steps here because they're sometimes helpful for factoring. Step one, we're going to use the factor property and either synthetic division or the remainder theorem to find one factor. Two, we write the division statement with the one factor that we found. Step three, you're going to repeat this process until you get a quadratic, which is an x squared. Because you might be asked to factor fully an x to the 4 or an x to the 5. If you had an x to the 5 and you found one factor, your division statement would have an x to the 4. And then you would have to repeat steps 1 and 2 to factor that. And then once you found another factor of that x to the 4, now you'd have two factors, and you'd have an x to the 3. So you keep going until you get a quadratic. And we'll do an example, this example here, factor fully. Notice your last one is a 2. Life is awesome with a 2. There's not very many factors of 2. What are our only possibilities?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So we've got to check plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. Again, I'm going to put this in brackets and define p of x to equal this so that I can use p of notation. So you can either use synthetic division right away or the factor, the remainder theorem. Sometimes with 1, I really like the remainder theorem. If I can try 1 and negative 1 because the mental math is easy. What happens if I plug in 1? I get 3 minus 4 minus 5 plus 2. Is that equal to 0?
Minus 4.
No. It doesn't equal 0. So that one didn't work. And I'm happy because I kind of wanted to pick one that didn't work first to be like, oh, if you find something that doesn't work, you go to the next one. So I tried plus 1. Now I'm going to try minus 1. This will be negative 3 minus 4 plus 5 plus 2 when I plug into minus 1, which is 0. Which tells me that x plus 1 is a factor. I need to write the division statement. So even though I use the remainder theorem, I also have to do synthetic division. So some people just do synthetic division right away for each of these, even if it doesn't work. So if I'm dividing by x plus 1, there'd be a minus 1 out front. My numbers are already in the right order, and there's none missing. Bring down my 3, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Sure enough, this is what I was looking for, a remainder of 0. And now I can write my division statement. My divisor was x plus 1. And I get 3x squared minus 7x plus 2 with no remainder. Repeat until you get a quadratic. Well, if you started with an x cubed, you won't have to repeat because we've got a quadratic. If you started with an x to the 4, you would get an x cubed, and you'd have to do it again with your new one and figure out what would work. But now that I have a quadratic, I can use my regular factoring skills. To get the 3x squared, it would have to be 3x and x. To get 2 is going to have to be 1 and 2. Where should I put it? I should put the 2 here and the 1 here, so my outside is 6 and inside is 1. I need a -7, so I would need a -6 and -1. Multiply that out to double check that everything works, and it does. So we have factored completely. So you can circle 5, 11, 9, and 10b. And I want you right now, because I want you to try one with an x to the 4. So I want you to try 11b.